Okay, we are live, and this is Thomas, and today I have my regular guest, Oliver. Welcome, Oliver.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Oliver. And today we this is the usual hangout for global contact days, and organized by ET Let's Talk. So shout out to all the people there. Um, right away, I want to ask if you want to take part in something later, you should get a candle ready if you have one. That's just a suggestion. Tonight, in light of the events that happened in Paris yesterday, and in light of the general bad state of the world, we would like to talk about fear. Uh, that has a lot to do with the way we live our lives as human beings. So that's the main subject for tonight. I just want to say we had just been outside. The weather was fine here earlier, and we were lucky enough to have see a flashing craft, and we had some zoomies. I like that. Somebody coined that term. It looks like how do you call it? A shooting star, but it's not. But let's talk about the things that's going on, and there's a lot of fear going around now because of the
Yeah,
attacks
I
yesterday.
woke today also laid up, and the social media was full of some fear stuff. Yeah, right.
Yes,
Something happened in Paris.
yeah,
Yeah,
and we all feel. I think especially I'm a performing artist and played a lot of concerts myself, and we are of course horrified to hear that the concerts were attacked and innocent lives are lost. But there's a lot of fear going around, and the way to react to violence is unfortunately often by even more violence, and this is a fear-based type of reaction, um, because we feel we have to defend ourselves. Um,
yeah.
but
You. I think when you get shocked about something like that, you are first in a state you can't do, you can't think. You are like in a depression or something like that. You're shocked, and that's the lowest level of consciousness you can have in a reaction. When you get into a situation when you are angry, you are at a higher consciousness level than when you are shocked. And after the level of angry, probably you get in a consciousness level of understanding how it could be, how it could happen. And after that, you have no fear. Probably you get a little bit more consciousness level and you have hope. And the thing is, the public media we are inside is something like a construct needed to program the different cultures specifically in their language, in their mood. And we know all that Fox Media is over the whole world, and they send fear messages the whole day. Why? To hold our morphogenetic field, our consciousness, in a fear matrix. Because there was also studies and tests about meditation, meditation on peace, peaceful meditation, and violence or bad things. And the studies have given reasonable infos that it can change the morphic field of the surroundings when much people are concentrating much more on harmony and on peace than on this fear. What did this one good woman, how was her name? This missionary woman over the whole world. She was known. can you help me? I don't know her name anymore. I can't remember names well. It's old women. She have done much good things for the people.
No, I'm not sure, but I want to say to people out there, if you go to the, I'm sharing some. Oliver has been so very kind to make a small list of things. So I'm sharing on the event page on Google Plus. There's links for with information about the morphogenic space. If you want to know more about it, but I can. I can't remember either. I'm not that good at names either. But it's true that
She said the thing. What she said was, you can't call me on an anti-war demonstration, but when you are making a peace demonstration, I will come.
okay.
It's
Yes.
the thing what the people have in mind and what they are focused their energies on, and that's holding the stuff up.
Yes, exactly. But I also think that we have this. We often talk about if you have negative expectations to other people, it's always very easy to live up to those expectations. So as you said, I'd rather go to a peace demonstration than I would go to an anti-war demonstration, because the anti-war demonstration kind of implies that you expect there will be more wars, but that's a negative expectation.
Her name was Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa, of course. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but
I had her picture, but not her name.
oh, the little old nun from India. Yes, yes, I know who Mother Teresa is. But as you said, the the different feelings and the different levels of consciousness is a big part of this. And also when we are talking about the contact, you have to try to kind of shed your fears, to have a
It
positive
sometimes isn't easy to identify that you have fears. Sometimes you need friends who tell you that, who looks at you and can tell you that you have fears. But it's a very necessary thing to engage or to see the fears into the face, to come over there, because then you can raise more consciousness over yourself. More you raise your consciousness over yourself, more you raise your consciousness over everything that is. Because everything what is in yourself.
Absolutely, and we were talking about earlier how we have this feeling that there's a separation between the outside world and the inside world, when in reality they are always connected. There is actually only one kind of world, or shit.
Yeah,
but
it's how you see the world, and if you think that you are a part of the nature, you are not aware of it. You are connected with the nature. So everything what you have in your consciousness is a part what the nature is giving us back from our beliefs. It's mirroring. So if more people are in fear, if more people are in hate, if more people are depressed, that's what we get back from the planet also, from the nature.
Exactly.
Yeah. And therefore it's necessary in such meditation groups, when you want to meet somebody, to have this clearance in yourself, that you're in the mood, hey, let's make a party on Aldebaran, and not, oh, I'm a little bit scared if they don't drink milk in the coffee, I won't meet them.
Yes, exactly. But that's also, this, as you said, as we talked about the media and this whole thing, the whole construct that of us and them is artificial, because there are not that big a difference between you and me, because basically we are the same consciousness, or a part of the same field of consciousness.
The field from we are inside very close in the same kind of field than to another planet in another solar system. I call it like the music of life, yeah, the vibration of life. And you can go deeper and separate it more and more and more, or you can go higher up and see the connectivities, gauging more possibilities in a multiversum.
Exactly, and just hang on a second.
Yeah.
My wife is in the background and she's just telling our son good night on the phone. So
Okay.
yeah, but that's true. And as we said earlier, talked about the this the promise of the visitors. Is not they're here to save us, but rather to show that you can evolve into a higher state of being where
when you are a mentor of a child, you have two possibilities in the pedagogics to give him an understanding. You can say, do as I tell you and leave him dumb, or be there when he tries something and doesn't get it and stands again up, and you can help him to stand up again. Because when you're going through a process, you learn much more, not only the understanding, you raise your consciousness really. And therefore, it's, I would say, also like forbidden to help others to raise their consciousness in the higher grades of our friends, because it could be something like making somebody to follow. Yeah. How can I explain? I mean like an idol or something like that. They don't need, they don't want that their brothers, we, become sheeps. And they are there when we ask them, but they keep themselves backwards until we need them.
Yes, that's true, and yeah, that's the whole idea of of lead by example is instead of by fear is not a very widespread notion, and but that's actually what was really needed. And as you said, the construct of when you start when you stretch your imagination or stretch your mind or stretch your consciousness, it will not go back to its original size. So it's kind of
it can't. It's like a cloud which gets huger. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just going to share your link about the global consciousness project.
Okay. Yeah. Projects from different universities all over the world.
Yes.
And the morphogenetic space, the morphogenetic field from Rupert Sheldrake.
Yes, I shared those on the link side.
Okay, cool.
But as we also talk about how how to, one of the reasons for the meditation is to get the so-called outside world in connection with the so-called inside world. We often experience how should I when you use symbols for things that are real, sometimes you confuse the symbols with reality. and the meditation is a way of kind of shedding your ego somehow and let go of some of all the fears that guide us, to feel connected to reality.
I often take a term from the optics to explain these two tools we can use as we are as a being in a human body. The one tool is convergent. It means the light comes straight in, and it's so cut that the light goes to a point. That is the mind. It goes in the detail. It goes into the atom. It can count numbers and so on. And we got another tool that is divergent. There comes the light inside, and it's so cut, the light goes so out. Yeah, and this tool is the heart, or your feeling, or your stomach, or whatever, the speaking language behind your ear, or something like that. Yeah, the speaking tongue behind your ear. And these are two tools. And when I'm meditating, I'm getting away first from my mind tool, my convergent tool that is going into the detail. I'm first using my divergent tool, my heart, to expand over my energetic field and to connect first with my house, then after with the country I'm in, after that with the planet I am in, after that probably with the solar system I'm in. And I can go up and up and up until I'm in this universal part where I'm connected to all that is. And from this point, I can go backwards to all that is. Also.
Yes.
And meditation helps me to get the mind still, that the heart opens and widens your sight on the things.
Exactly, and I would like to, when we was talking about this is a important part of the contact protocols that most people use for this.
Okay.
It's exactly what you're saying, because I think my own experience was, when I was kind of opening up my chakras, and being more in tune with things, everybody wants to rush and have the tingling on the top of their head, the opening of the crown chakra and all the divine inspiration and stuff. But then after a while, you go up and then you go, but it was actually here, it's here, it's the heart, it's the heart chakra, it's the heart to heart connection with everything that's creating the contact. That's why the contact is strong. And as you said, it was a very...
I have another feeling from my contact experiences until now, I have to tell you about. I have the feeling it's not the problem if we are well trained and make it super meditation like a yogi, Brahman, or whatever. Yeah, 3 days, no eating and water or whatever. The channel upwards to tell something is so open we can't imagine. Yeah, so we are sending all the time, but the channel getting information back. This is what meditation has to open. Yeah.
Yes.
I have the experience of my contactees that our friends, they were always there, but in 9 of 10 times they did not appear in the materialistic harmony frequent that the eye can see the ship. Okay? Because there was somebody inside our meditation group who probably was a little bit afeared. And it is always fearing. New stuff is, remember how we were as childs. Something new, you engage, you open your eyes and you decide, have I fear or am I interested? It's very interesting to look sometimes cats or dogs when they account a new animal they don't know or something like that. It's something like that, I would say, what describes nowadays exopolitics, ET, Let's Talk, CE-5, meditation groups. We have still to learn because sometimes, like you said, it's in us, the blockade. We are not ready really to open because there is so much we can't get it into our brain. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I must say, I don't know if you saw I was when we had when the blood moon was here. you know,
It took
the
very
eclipse.
much energy. I could not stand up the whole day. Yeah.
Okay, we had a visitor here, you know, and and it was funny because there was really close and stuff going on in the field, you know, in the fog, and I was standing there and was like, well, this is it, you know. Are you ready? You know, I was like, and oh man, but my wife, she had just gone to bed, so you know, and I started to feel, you know, I didn't want to board without her, a craft without her. And as soon as that happened, you know, this kind of fear snuck in, and then I knew, well, if it's not going to be today.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Once I was very young, I have read one sentence. When you are ready to leave behind everything that is, you are able to encounter.
Exactly.
And still, if you have some people connected to you, wife, a family, and whoever you love, yeah, and somehow you think you have to be in their life, it could easily happen that it won't change much in your life. Yeah, you won't go to Aldebaran to a party, okay? Probably they will visit you, probably they will wink sometimes out of the window, probably they come out and talk to you about alternative production of energy out of food resources or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, could be, but you will still remain there where your heart is because they know it.
Yes,
We
that's
are
true.
open like a book. Therefore, I say we are sending all the time. They can read us like they want to. Yeah.
Oh, exactly. When you say that, about the reading stuff, when we had the first organized CE-5, Bastian came all the way from Germany, and we went to this small island. I had been doing a group meditation with some students
Okay.
some days before, and that was the first time I did the guided meditation stuff, you know, and kind of like that's the premiere. And then he came a week later. That was on September 7th, 2013, and we had a long talk about all this stuff because at that time I was, you know, starting to understand that the consciousness was a big part of this. The connection, what people will call a telepathic connection, or whatever, and
It's
and
it's
when
the it's the in the Maya states they had at the pyramids seven terraces, and in
Mhm.
each terrace you had to learn or to master one consciousness step, and when you get to the seventh, to the highest degree, you get God like they called. Then you got the consciousness of everything, but then the work starts. It's not over. Then the real work starts. Okay.
Yes, but what I was gonna say is that we did the meditation, and we had a lot of starcrafts. Bastian took all pictures, and then it was really amazing. But it was also funny, and we were also Bastian plays hang drum, and I brought the bass, and we were jamming for the starcraft, and they were responding to our consciousness, and even also, you know, we would shout out, you know, light up, and the craft would light up, and it was amazing. But then, you know, I had to go take a leak, so I kind of walked a bit away, you know, and then I'm standing there and I'm peeing, and as I'm doing that, suddenly it strikes me, you know, they can see me pee, and and
Where is my privacy?
and that because you have no privacy at all in the, you know, because they can read us.
Open source is open source. Yeah.
But the weird thing is that right when I was thinking that, you know, I
You
had
get
like
another feeling.
three big, huge flashes, you know, in the sky, you know, a big flash bulb flashing three times, like ding, ding, ding. Yes, we can.
We have made photos of you.
and we had a lot of fun, a lot of fun about that. But also, you know, and now you become more open to the aspects of the contact and what can be going on. So you're more tuned into the finer things, you know. Um,
Do you know?
I did not believe in orbs, for instance, you know, but now we're seeing lights on the ground as well, you know, with our own eyes, not just the cameras. So there clearly stuff going on that, you know, is beyond normal, you know, realm of understanding.
If you have looked the last documentations about crop circles, I was very much laughing. There was some sentence where a professor said, in some circumstances we had talked about some symbols and or thought about something, and on the next day it was as a crop circle behind our bed and breakfast to find in the field. Yeah, the thing is, imagine just this science fiction, yeah? And traveling culture comes to this planet and sees, because they are telepathically in their consciousness, sees everything what's going on this planet clearer than we are doing, yeah? And they try to interact with us and send some very, very graphic, nice things in crop circles and something like that. And we need thousands of years to get to the idea that probably that what we talk about and that what we think about next day as a crop circle is there. The professor did not say, oh, they are reading our minds and try to interact with us over these fields. No, this connectivity he was not able to do. Yeah, okay. So if we would be aware that they are talking to us over these crop circles, we could ask them better questions and we will get better symbols as answers.
Exactly. And that's also a funny thing when you say that, because, you know, what would you ask? You know, if it suddenly pop up, this one came right here now, pop up behind me, right live on the camera, everybody, oh shit, and he goes, ask me something. I would be like,
I would like to know who of you talked to Nikola Tesla and established contact to this gray eminence, please. That would be, I think, my first question.
oh yes, no, yeah, or say how long have how long have you been here in contact with humans? And the answer would probably forever, you know, or since the beginning.
Or the answer could be, it depends on what multiverse you think of.
Oh yes, yes.
Because there are much possibilities.
Yes, yes. But as now, I just posted about the link about the peace meditation.
Ah, okay.
From
John Hagelin.
From John Hagelin, yes.
Yeah.
And if I can, you know, can it bring world peace? And it's as we talk about, you know, if you think it can't, then don't do it. That won't work. Go to an anti-war demonstration.
Yes.
But it's one thing that's for sure is that positive intention and I also think meditation will have an effect on the physical world.
And there are actually groups who are making this. I have seen a few months ago mass meditation of children in Asia.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that was Hinduistic or Buddhistic, but there were thousands of schools in a holiday meditation camp, and they were meditating for world peace. So there is much happening already.
Exactly, I saw that as well, and I'm also taking part in some of these meditations. There's plenty of them you can join on the internet. And the idea is basically the same, you know.
I try to hold peace in myself. Yeah, as that's hard enough in this fear morphogenetic field I'm living, with my coexistences here. But when I got this peace in myself, that is a good start to go on. I probably don't do so much peace meditations like you. I am much more interested what can we do technically, socially, or in housing to engage into this permacultural mind of the new civilization. For myself, it's taking too much time. Well, for me, it's not the question if there are UFOs or if there are 7 different species or whatever, so on. I'm waiting on the first corporations working with different characters from different cultures from different planets. I'm waiting on intercultural travel from schools, not to Paris, from Denmark, or we visit Madrid or whatever. No, we visit Aldebaran or something like that. But I'm still a little bit in the future, I think.
Yes, we're talking about open contact, and you know, are we advanced enough? And clearly, you know, one of the things, reason for
Are
doing
we
this is also
advanced enough? Yeah, advanced enough. My answer to that is no.
me. Yes, exactly. But and that's a whole part of this also is, you know, when we're doing the contact and the whole idea of inviting and making peaceful, benevolent contact, is to acknowledge, you know, that the huge part of the problems we face are problems we face down here, and as I said, you know, I'm waiting for the cultural exchange. Yeah, so am I, you know, and we will get there when we evolved enough. And one of those things we need is one of the things we need is a more unified world with peace. But what we see is a very fragmented um, culture. You know, we're still, one of our favorite pastimes are still tribal war. You know.
I see 2 pictures. I see one, the picture of people who are still inside the morphic field system and filling themselves with this information every day. And the people who get use of this. And I see on the other side also much more from the youngers. Everything what's born from 70 till now, or 80s till now. 20–30% of them who are from the system called ill, because they're too creative, because they are too wide to fit in the old pedagogic system of breaking and making robots of these children, that they are carrying our hopes and our futures already in themselves. They only need a little bit more trust in themselves, but that will come with time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cultural changes comes always, but it takes time till the old ones who are in the seat of power die away, and then the young can come.
Yeah. Oh, well, as you said, you know, power corrupts, and you cling to it, maybe beyond your time. But you will die. They, as you said, they will die out, and the younger generation will take over. And often, I think, also when we, at least when we're talking about the politics of UFO disclosure and these things, it's often my generation and the older generations that seem to be very frustrated and how should I say,
In what kind?
negative and aggressive about it, because it's like when you talk to young people about it, they're much more open to the idea, you know, that this is of course, you know.
On the other side, you have very much media kids who looked also everything what Hollywood has produced. And this is also a think tank, but it works not over 1 month or 2 years. It works more long-term, over 20, 30 years generation think tank like. And the influence all the science fiction stories had since the 50s.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Of course, they are much more open, but I look then a little bit more in the detail. Are they just running after the next mood, the next scene, the next part of an action that Fox Media sells them? Or are they real open-minded to each other, to each plant and each animal, and every street and so on, or not?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the power we have today comes from the seeing or the religion. I don't mean the churches we have, but because they have all the same kind of religion, more or less. It's the human is something special, and everything else is down beneath him, and him to serve. That's a vertical, a horizontally look on the things. And the humans need now to correct this and to get a vertical side of seeing, to see themselves in a bubble, like in an onion, a part of a layer, or in some steps like this mamushka from the Russians, the mom and the mom and the mom and the mom and the mom. And we are just one of them inside a bigger system called Earth, inside a bigger system called solar system, called inside, and so on.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And we're talking about fear, you know, I think a lot of the fear for a lot of people fear the idea that there could be intelligent aliens visiting us because they are conditioned by the human experience.
The thing is, the human science fiction films made in the context, bad aliens attack humans to make them slaves or something like that, to take them planet away or whatever, is anthropocentric seeing of the things. The human looks at his history and says, okay, we have done it so it's totally logical that everybody does it so. That's like the SETI program. Because we are using electromagnetic waves to communicate, then all the aliens will do that, or all civilized planets will do. Yes, for sure, people. That's very anthropocentric. Yeah. Okay, that's my reaction on this info.
No, but that's a funny thing, because I always had this idea, you know, that the way you're looking is going to be what you receive. So,
Yes.
so
if we can live on the same planet.
If SETI, or as Stanton Friedman likes to call them, the silly effort to investigate, if they find a signal, it will probably be from another really.
Do you know the crop circle? They have a listening antenna. I think it was in UK, and they had 2001 and 2002 two crop circles in a crop field 50 meters aside of their main building. And the first was a very nice symbol of circles. And 1 year after it, you had in this crop circle an answer of our message sent into space in 1974 with the antenna from South America. This picture from us and our decimal system, and how we are based on DNA with 2 strings,
and the solar system,
and so on, and how we communicate over the antenna. And the thing was, in this crop circle was the communication field filled with the crop circle 1 year before. So as information, we're using crop circles to communicate with you boys. And that was 50 meters aside of a Sadie building. And they don't acknowledge it. They would send electromagnetically. Yes, for sure.
Yes, that's true. So, but I was thinking maybe now we've been talking a lot about the fears and the meditation, and as I said earlier, if anybody out there is watching or will be watching later when this comes on YouTube, I think I would like to do instead of the more like Oliver described the visualization and um the divergence of the contact, and I think this is the same kind of thing to do when you want to connect and do the peace meditation. Um, but instead of maybe going all the way out and calling in the victor in the spacecraft, you just send your intentions to ease the fears and the frustrations of the people in Paris, in that area, is directly affected by what happened. So I think maybe we wanna do that now, Ali. Are you in with me on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you turn off your mic and just okay. Yes, as I said, if you wanted to take part in this this is going to be a short guide, just how to try and relax, and how one way you can visualize in your mind's eye or in your heart how to send out some light and some positive intentions. Ollie said you could. He says when I do the peace meditation, he's visualizing a mountain. Your being a mountain is a rock steady thing. I know people also often I'd use that myself to be an ocean, every crest, every drop, every wave. But for this particular meditation, as I said, I have a little candle, and what I would like you to do is to do the same thing and take some time to sit and relax. And if you look at the color of, try to make a impression of the color of the light in your mind's eye, and take some time to get comfy. And now you close your eyes and start to try to relax. Now, one of the things you notice when you close your eyes and start to relax is your breathing. And just let your breath run naturally. Breath is an important part of the meditation process because it's both a voluntary and involuntary action. So by focusing a bit on your breath, the outside world and the inside world comes together. So now if you start to think that when you're breathing in, you Breathe in light. And when you exhale, then think you're exhaling peace, like a relief, a sigh of relief. Relaxed. Breathe in light. Exhale peace. Now, as you're doing this, try to imagine the light, the color of the light from the candle as a point of light in your mind's eye, in your forehead, and slowly grow this, and grow this into a circle of light, or a sphere of light. And have this light connect to your heart. And try to imagine that you expand this string of light, this circle of light, this sphere of light. Breathe in light. Exhale peace. And then try to imagine that this light is encompassing the entire planet, the whole planet of the Earth. See how your heart and your mind connects to this light and to the light of everybody else. Breathe in light. Exhale peace. And see how we connect. Send out peace and light, peaceful intentions. Calm the waters. Become one. Don't try to force any thoughts out of your head. Just breathe in light and exhale peace. Mhm. Okay, I think that's good general idea. Namaste. When you're doing this, don't force anything, just let it roll. Normally, you won't be able to keep doing this for very long, but sometimes people can go on for a while. This is just a very short way of trying to guide how this can be done. But as Ollie probably will agree with me, this can be done in many ways. So
Sure.
I hope you enjoyed. Oh, so are you there, Ollie?
Yeah, I was all the time, but I did not want to disturb.
No, that's fine. That's fine. This just trying
Just
to.
waiting now.
Yes, but thank you very much, everybody out there who's doing this, and I know that people are doing this at least for the contact and stuff. But meditation is, as we talked about, it's a way of quieting your mind. And as I said, also I find the breathing part of the experience is a good way of describing, the element of things being like Alan Watts says, you say I breathe like it's something you do on a voluntary basis, but if you try to keep your breath, you'll take another soon. So it's both. It's a thing you can do voluntarily, and it's also a thing you do automatically. And that's I think that's a big part of the co-creating your own existence is there's a lot of things we do automatically, like shine the
Yeah,
sun.
it's not the thing that you have to sit the whole day and to meditate for peace. I would say when you get a little bit more and more and more consciousness, you will do automatic. You will be automatically in a circumstance like meditation by doing the stuff you are doing already all day. The first kind where I met real meditation circumstances in myself was not in a circle of gurus or in a church. No. The first place I met meditation was when I was playing billiard or snooker. When I wanted that the shot was really perfect, I had to stop everything, not only the thinking. I had to stop also my fears, and I had to stop my breathing, and then to shoot. And every time I gone to a billiard game, it was for me going to a meditation to relax and to get energies back. And like in John Hagelin's Higher Consciousness video, he called it the unified field. And he says that you get in connection to the unifying field, what everything is, through meditation. And like I told it a few minutes ago, open your heart and you can go through the city with your open heart. And it's like you're meditating, but you're doing stuff already.
Oh yes, I think my personal experience also about the meditative state is very much also from skiing, sports, like you said, snooker. Suddenly you're in that state of flow,
Yeah,
and
when you then start to think, you disturb the flow. Yeah.
yes,
Skiers
yeah,
know that.
exactly, and yes, and surfers also know that. And musicians know that very well, and that's my personal experience here is has a lot to do with music and the contact and all this stuff. It's always that's where I come from, and that's how I describe the a big part of it. And in music, if you all the time thinking, you won't be tight. You'll be out of sync. So you just have to let things flow in the natural way that they flow.
Therefore, you have also to accept your bad mood, to get with your depression as a friend, to get hug him, and to give him a chance to get through you, then you are in the flow of the feelings, and something new can engage you. Something new can happen to you. When you feel for bad mood yourself, you're making a wall, a huge wall.
Okay, and you have to, as you say, you know, you have to acknowledge your negative attachments.
They can be
otherwise you can't let them go. So you so as you said, you have to you know. But also when people ask me about, you know, the contact experience and these things, you know, the people always call it telepathic downloads or whatever. You know, I think it's more, for me, it's more like a feeling. And people say, what kind of messages are you getting? You know, but it's more like a feeling. And I always describe it like it's like when if you're a musician and you're in a really great jam session. You know, the way the flow of communication is.
As a musician, you know that, yes. And it's hard to describe in the culture today, because the traditional philosophy describes stuff that is in our consciousness, is a reflection of your thoughts. The feelings are reflections of your thoughts. So from my understanding, I can get consciousness on one side through my tool, thinking, and on the other side through my tool, heart. But the things that the heart describes are not in a circle. They are in, how do you call it? Not a circle, something that is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
A spiral.
A spiral. It's like a spiral. It's not logical. It's irrational. Everything what's irrational is life, and that is the part of the heart. Yeah. And
yes.
So yeah.
Yes. Well, but Oliver, I think we've been on almost for an hour now. So
okay.
And now we kind of went through the whole list. I can see the last thing you write here is open contact, and I guess our message here is, you know, everybody can have contact. You know, if they
open contact, they have only to open their door and to go over to the neighbor. And it would be the first step to have open contact to the open source of all being in this world. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yes, it would be.
It would be. And so, and as I said, you know, this whole thing and the world peace and the anti-war and all this stuff, it starts inside. You know,
it starts in yourself. Right.
And the meditation and this contact and these things going on, this can help you connect inside. And when the connection is made inside, that will affect the outside as well. So
not only maybe.
Not
only maybe. I am very sure. I'm very sure.
So we just want to tell everybody to keep, you know, keep a positive mind. Don't let the fear take over.
And when you're in bad mood in the morning, don't go out. Don't meet others. Make something that makes you happy again. And then start your timetable or whatever. Because it starts in yourself. When you're in bad mood and you are a mantra singing every morning the word fuck, or the word shit, or the why I'm standing up for this money, or whatever, you won't get very positive response from the consciousness you will engage in this time.
That's true.
So have a funny day, everybody.
Yeah, and just a shout out to all the people from ET Let's Talk who's doing around the world, who's doing contact. Hope you're having a great evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your reports on Facebook and especially on the website. So have a nice evening, and Ollie, you just hang around, and we'll chat a bit some more privately afterwards.
Nice.
Bye bye. Bye bye.